Hello students, we are discussing colligative properties of the solutions. Now colligative properties, as we have understood, are the physical properties of solutions which depend upon the number of the solute particles and not upon the nature of the solute particles. मतलब कितने solute particles हमने ऐड किए हैं किसी solution में, बस उसके ऊपर उसकी colligative properties डिपेंड करेगी, ना कि वो solute के nature के ऊपर. So these are colligative properties. Now, so far we have been discussing colligative properties of the non-electrolytes. Now what is the difference between non-electrolytes in the solution and electrolytes in the solution? Now when non-electrolytes are added to a solvent to prepare solution, they do not dissociate. मतलब क्या है, अगर one molecule sugar का add करेंगे तो वो one molecule ही रहेगा. It will not undergo dissociation. Whereas when you add electrolyte to a solvent, मतलब in case of an electrolytic solution, what happens is, say for example NaCl, एक यूनिट, एक फॉर्मूला यूनिट NaCl हमने ऐड किया है. Now this undergoes dissociation to produce one Na plus ion and one Cl minus ion. So we had added one particle, whereas now after dissociation it has converted into two particles. Now since colligative properties depend upon the number of the solute particles, now the colligative properties observed in case of electrolytes will be different as compared to the colligative properties of the non-electrolytes. Okay. So therefore we have to study this differently, or we have to add some corrections into the colligative properties for the non-electrolytes. Now what are the differences in the colligative properties of the electrolyte solutions and non-electrolyte solutions? We will see this. Non-electrolyte solutions also exhibit colligative properties, but they do not follow the relations for non-electrolyte solutions. Sorry, electrolyte solutions also exhibit colligative properties, but they do not follow the relations for non-electrolyte solution. That means what we have seen certain relations for colligative properties in case of solutions of non-electrolytes. So whatever equations we had seen there, whatever relations we had seen, those relations are not followed as such by the electrolyte solution. Similarly, the colligative properties are larger for electrolyte solutions. Why? Because number of particles will be larger. Okay, more number of particles are there, so therefore colligative properties that are observed will also have larger values. Third point is, see, by using each colligative property we had calculated molecular mass या molar mass of the solute that was added. So when we calculate molar mass of the solute, in this case, in case of electrolyte solution, then the molar mass that is calculated is much smaller as compared to the actual values. Okay, so molar mass calculated by colligative properties is much smaller than non-electrolyte solutions. Okay, so these are the three properties of the solutions of electrolytes vis-a-vis the properties of the non-electrolyte solutions. Now let us see what we can do about this difference in the values of colligative properties and the masses that are calculated. There is something called as Van't-Hoff factor. Van't-Hoff factor. This is represented by I. What is this Van't-Hoff factor? Van't-Hoff factor is the ratio of colligative properties of electrolyte solution so whatever is the value of the colligative property of the electrolyte solution, that is taken here, and colligative property of non-electrolyte solution of same concentration. मतलब क्या है, कोई भी एक कोलिगेटिव प्रॉपर्टी लेंगे, से एलिवेशन ऑफ बॉइलिंग पॉइंट, हम क्या करेंगे, पहले नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट का सॉल्यूशन बनाएंगे कोई तो भी कॉन्सेंट्रेशन लेके, देन वी विल कैलकुलेट कि भाई एलिवेशन ऑफ बॉइलिंग पॉइंट कितना होगा, फिर सेम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन का इलेक्ट्रोलाइट का सॉल्यूशन बनाएंगे एंड अगेन वी विल ऑब्जर्व द एलिवेशन ऑफ बॉइलिंग पॉइंट. तो जो भी एलिवेशन ऑफ बॉइलिंग पॉइंट होगा इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सॉल्यूशन का, उसका रेशियो लेंगे colligative property, that is elevation of boiling point for the same concentration of non electrolyte solution. दूसरा कोई solution बनाएंगे जो कि कैसा होना चाहिए, non electrolyte solution होना चाहिए, फिर दोनों की colligative property का ये जो भी ratio होगा, that is called as Van't-Hoff factor, that is represented by I. Similarly, Van't-Hoff factor can also be calculated as number of solute particles of solute, a number of solute particles after dissociation upon number of solute particles, number of units, number of formula units added. Now what do you mean by this? So suppose we have added one formula unit of NaCl. मतलब हमने तो एक ही पार्टिकल ऐड किया, so this is this number of formula units added. Okay, but how many particles it will become after dissociation? After dissociation, this will dissociate into Na plus and Cl minus ions. So what is the number of particles? 2. So therefore, your I value or Van't-Hoff factor will be equal to what? What is the number of solute particles after dissociation? 2, Na plus and Cl minus, divided by what is the number of units actually added by us? 1. So therefore, its Van't-Hoff factor will be equal to 1, 2. अगर ये नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? सपोज शुगर का हम लोग एक पार्टिकल ऐड करेंगे, एक शुगर पार्टिकल ऐड करेंगे, will it undergo dissociation? No, it will not undergo dissociation. Why? Because it is a non-electrolyte. So therefore, एक particle हमने add किया, you will get one particle only. There will be no dissociation. So number of solute particles after dissociation is same, 1. There is no dissociation. Whereas, what is the number of the units which we added? 1. So therefore, I value for non-electrolytes is 1. Whereas for electrolytes like NaCl, what is the I value or Van't-Hoff factor? That is 2. Similarly, let us take an electrolyte like this, CaCl2, calcium chloride. Now what is the number of formula units that we have added? 1. After dissociation, how many solute particles will this get converted into? See, calcium will dissociate into Ca2 plus and this Cl will dissociate into Cl minus, but there are 2 Cl atoms, so 2 Cl ions will be formed. What is the total number of the ions? 1 plus 2, 3. So therefore, your Van't-Hoff factor is equal to what? Number of solute particles after dissociation. कितने particles हुए? 3. डिवाइडेड बाय कितने यूनिट हमने ऐड किए 1. So what is the want of factor? 3. So this is how we calculate the want of factor for different electrolytes. Now what is the use of this want of factor? Acha, want of factor can also be obtained by another formula. Want of factor is also equal to what? Molar mass, which is theoretical, divided by molar mass that is observed. So observed molar mass, theoretical molar mass divided by observed molar mass also gives the want of factor. So we have got 3 formulas. Just now we discussed this. Now what is the use of this want of factor? See, we had discussed or derived the formulas for different colligative properties. हमने different formulas देखे थे colligative property के लिए. Say for example delta P. This was equal to what? P10 into X2. This is what we had discussed. Okay. Similarly, delta TB, elevation of boiling point. This was equal to what? Kb into M, that is molality. Similarly, delta TF, depression of freezing point, was equal to what? Kf into M. What is this Kf? Molar depression constant, molar depression of freezing point constant. Similarly, osmotic pressure pi was equal to what? M into R into T. Okay, this is molarity, whereas in these two cases it is molality. Now, these are the equations or these are the relations for the solutions of non-colligative non-electrolytes. But if we want to use these equations for colligative use these equations for the solutions of electrolytes, then we have to introduce small corrections, that is this want of factor. So what we will write, the new relation that we will have to use is delta P is equal to I into P10 into X2. Similarly, delta TB is equal to I into KB into M. Similarly, delta TF is equal to I. So this correction we have to introduce. Okay, so this is the use of want of factor. Similarly, here pi is equal to I into MRT. Okay, so this is how this formula can then be used for relating colligative properties with other quantities like concentration. Okay, similarly, we can calculate molar masses by using this. See, molar mass we know how to calculate. See, X2 is there. So in this case, we will add what? W2 divided by M2 upon W1. W1 into 1000. So by using this we will calculate. Okay, so this is your application of want of factor. Now let us see degree of dissociation and want of factor. What is, how we can relate the want of factor and degree of dissociation. See, we are talking about the electrolytes. Now electrolytes, how they behave? When we add electrolytes to the solvent like water, they undergo dissociation. Now if it's a strong electrolyte मतलब salt like NaCl, ये क्या होता है? This completely undergoes dissociation into Na plus and Cl minus. इसका dissociation almost complete होता है. जितने molecules हम लोग ऐड करेंगे almost सारे के सारे ions में convert हो जाएंगे. लेकिन जो weak electrolytes होते हैं, weak electrolytes से for example sodium acetate. So ये जो weak electrolytes होते हैं, they do not undergo complete dissociation. Okay, they dissociate to some extent. Therefore, we want to find out what is the degree, what is the extent to which this solute undergoes dissociation. Now for that we should know the concept degree of dissociation. What is this degree of dissociation? See, degree of dissociation is the ratio of number of molecules or number of units which undergo dissociation and number of molecules or units which are added. So we basically find out the ratio of the units which undergo dissociation to the units which were actually present. This is called as degree or extent to which they undergo dissociation. Okay, so this is your degree of dissociation. Want of factor we have already discussed, I. Let us see how we calculate the relation between want of factor and degree of dissociation. Now suppose there is a salt like this, AX BY. Now this will undergo dissociation like this, XA plus Y B minus. This is how it will undergo dissociation. Now before dissociation, matlab initially, suppose we take 1 mole of this. Now there is no dissociation, so number of particles of these two ions will be 0. At equilibrium, some of them will undergo dissociation. Now if alpha is the degree of dissociation, now alpha particles of this will undergo dissociation. So what is the number of particles that will remain undissociated? It will be 1 minus alpha. So what is the number of particles of this that will be formed? See, for each particle, alpha particles will undergo dissociation. So what is the number of particles formed? Alpha into X. Here what is the number of these particles formed? Alpha into Y. So what is the total number of particles which are available? Total particles will be equal to what? How many of these are available? 1 minus alpha plus alpha into X plus alpha into Y. So these are the total number of particles which are actually available. Okay, इतना हमने पहले लिया था, लेकिन डिसोसिएट होने के कारण इतने बने और ये तो कम हो जाएंगे, इतने डिसोसिएट हो गए, इतने बचे. What is the total number of particles which are present now? This will be this. So this will be equal to, see, 1, here alpha X, alpha Y and minus alpha is there. So this is 1 plus X plus Y minus 1 into alpha. Okay, this is the number of particles this is the number of particles which are present. Okay, now what is the want of factor? See, want of factor I is equal to number of particles which are present after dissociation. So this is this 1 plus X plus Y minus 1 into alpha upon the number of particles which we had added, that is 1, क्योंकि एक ही हमने ऐड किया था. So therefore, see, I, we will multiply this by this, is equal to 1 plus X plus Y minus 1 into alpha. इसको यहाँ ट्रांसफर कर दो. I minus 1 is equal to X plus Y minus 1 into alpha. Therefore, alpha is equal to what? I minus 1 upon X plus Y minus 1. Now X plus Y is equal to N. This is what? Number of ions formed. Okay, मतलब हर एक यूनिट से कितने आयंस फॉर्म होंगे. से फॉर एग्जांपल NaCl is there, 1 Na plus and 1 Cl minus, that is 2 ions are formed. So N value will be 2. Therefore from this alpha is equal to I minus 1 upon N minus 1. This is the relationship between degree of dissociation and want of factor. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the degree of dissociation if we know want of factor, or want of factor if we know degree of dissociation. So this covers all the topics of this chapter solutions as per the Maharashtra State Board syllabus. Okay, I hope you have understood all these topics. If you fail to understand something, what you have to do is you have to just visit the earlier lecture and then watch this again. That will clear most of your doubts. So keep watching these videos. We will come out with another chapter. We'll try to make it as interesting as possible. Please like these videos and get benefited. Thank you very much.